Let's talk a little bit now about defining your future and what you want to have in your future. Think about it. Like, you'd probably want to own your own house, but maybe you want to have lots of houses and have them as investments. And where would you want to be living? By the beach, by the mountains? And who would you have in your future life as well, in your dream life? And how much money and wealth would you have? There's so many things really to think about. So let's start talking now about defining your future and what you want to have in your future. Have you ever really given that a lot of thought? Like, I imagine you probably want to own at least one house, maybe lots of houses. Maybe you want to have some houses as investments or real estate. And where would you want to be living? And with whom would you be living in your dream life? And how much money would you have at that stage in your dream life? There's so many things to really consider. But let me ask you right now, what are you truly passionate about and are good at doing right now? And have you ever thought of a way you can actually monetize what you're really good at doing? Because right now we're living in a really amazing time where people are making loads of money and living amazing lives, doing incredible and sometimes ridiculous things on the internet. I mean, there's people out there making like hundreds and thousands of dollars simply playing computer games and posting them on YouTube. There's people also teaching other people things like how to redecorate their house or how to paint or fly fish or anything. And there's even people out there traveling the world and staying in the nicest hotels and just documenting everything like as a professional YouTuber and getting paid big money. I mean, really, if you're passionate about something and you're good at delivering it and you have an effective strategy, then you can make a tremendous living in this modern era using the internet. Now, when I say tremendous, I might not be speaking in a monetary sense, because not every idea or everything you're passionate about is going to make you $1 million, but it will be tremendous to you because you're doing what you love doing. And to help you like try and find a way to monetize your passions, go ask Google or ChatGPT. If you ask them the right questions, I'm sure you're going to get more than enough strategies to get you started. So now that you can have an inspiring and compelling vision, what goals would you need to achieve in order to create that future? And it's always important to make sure that you've got the right goals in your life, because your goals are like a roadmap that outlines the steps you need to take in order to create those dreams and make them a reality. So it's important that your goals are always leading you in the right direction, because there's no point in becoming very good at something that adds little or no value to your life. So think about, what goals would you have to achieve in order to successfully create that future that you desire? And I'd love to hear from you. What are some of the goals that you're going for right now in your life? Write them down in the comments for me and let me know. Because generally all our goals are going to be set in the direction of greater happiness. But I really want you to start thinking about why you want to achieve your particular goals. Now, if you say money is your goal, fine, that's great. But what would you do with that money? Who will you become and how will you be living your life when you have that money? What will be your life purpose when you have that money? I really want you to discover the feeling that achieving your goals will bring you. What are the emotional reasons for you wanting to achieve your goals? What do you want to feel literally when, and who will you become when you achieve that goal? Because the goals you set really must be in alignment with who you want to become in the future. So when you set yourself a goal, keep asking yourself why, until you get to your emotional reasons for wanting to achieve your goals. Because ultimately, success without happiness is simply failure. So ask yourself those questions and discover your true motives for wanting your goals. So I'd like to hear from you. Who can share with us in the comments what are some of your emotional reasons for wanting to achieve your goals? Write them down for me in the comments, please. Now I want to talk to you about the 4 areas that generally you'll be setting all your goals in, and they will fall under one of these 4 pillars, and I call them the 4 pillars of your best life. Now these are health, happiness, relationships, and wealth. And all the goals that you'll be setting in your life will basically fall under one of these 4 critical pillars in your life. So let's take a look at each individual pillar and I'll explain what I mean. So health is the most important of all our pillars, because without our health in life, nothing can really be enjoyed to its fullest potential. You need to have your health if you really want to enjoy your lives as much as possible, because you can accumulate all the wealth and money in the world, but if you don't look after your health, then you may simply end up as the richest person in the graveyard. I know it's a bit extreme, but I'm just saying that to emphasize the importance of looking after your health. So being healthy means basically just having the energy to be able to enjoy the activities you want to do in your life. And also, when you have good physical health, you enjoy an elevated sense of confidence and pride in your life. And that definitely spurs you on to greater things in all other aspects of your life. And really the bottom line is, your body is the only body you have to enjoy or to endure every day for the rest of your life. And that choice is yours to make. So aside from physical health, we need to consider also our mental health. Now, many of the aspects of mental health I've already talked to you about in Mental Mastery, but let's just review it again quickly. And I could pretty much summarize it by saying that good mental health really involves having an empowering belief system, one that enables you to realize that life is happening for you. It's not happening to you. It's happening for you, and it happens because of you. And it really means that you got the ability to view all of life's circumstances from a perspective that serves you best and brings you closer to your desired outcomes. And good mental health really involves understanding the power of your focus, because what you focus on is what you attract and what you experience in your life. And also understanding the importance of setbacks and failures as essential teaching moments along the journey of life. That's also a necessity for really maintaining good mental health. And ultimately, the true potential and power of your minds is limitless. It's capable of shaping your realities, inspiring creativity, and driving personal growth beyond anything you can comprehend. So really looking after it and learning how to control this amazing power that we all possess is just as, if not of greater importance than anything else we possess in our lives. Moving on to the next pillar now, which is our happiness. This is a big one because we all want to feel happiness in our lives. The reason we chase our dreams and to better our lives is ultimately to be in a place of greater happiness. But it's also very important to realize that ultimately being happy is just a decision. It's a choice we get to make, and it's probably one of the most important decisions to make in your life. You just have to come to the realization that life is too short and that you're going to be committed to finding joy and beautiful states and happiness in every moment, even when things aren't going your way. You've got to make the decision that you're going to look for the happiness in life. You're going to look from a perspective that allows you to feel some kind of happiness from no matter what happens to you, because most of the time it's really about learning to live not with expectations. It's learning to live in acceptance, because if you expect certain things to be a certain way in order for you to be happy, then your happiness is really not going to be sustainable by you. It's really your expectations in life that lead to your suffering. So instead of living with expectations, try and learn to live with acceptance. You got to accept that a lot of things happen to you in life that are out of your control, but you can always be committed and be in control of your emotions and direct them towards happiness. And happiness also comes when you're living a life that's really in alignment with what you value in your life and what's important. And also when you're living your lives with purpose and on purpose. Happiness doesn't really come when you arrive at a certain destination or you achieve a certain goal. Happiness comes from winning the day-to-day goals of your life and just being on your own personal journey of evolution and living a fulfilling life. Happiness is really found in the process and along the journey. Now, having an empowering mindset is really important. Being happy is essential, but it's really not possible to live your best life if you don't have anyone important to share it with. And that brings us to our third pillar, which is relationships. Because the quality of our relationships directly impacts the quality of our lives. It's our connection with others that significantly influences our emotional well-being and mental health and just happiness in general. And if we have relationships that are positive and nurturing and supportive, we in turn experience feelings of greater self-worth and higher self-esteem. You see, having fulfilling relationships brings joy and a sense of connection. It creates opportunities for laughter and shared moments in life that greatly contribute to the overall happiness in your life. And relationships can also provide you with support and with accountability and motivation in some cases. It provides you with opportunities for self-reflection and emotional development. They say that you're the sum of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. So be conscious of who you spend your time with. Be around people that are successful in the field you wish to be successful in. Be around people who inspire you to raise your game to the next level. And one area we all aspire to have more success in is our fourth pillar, which is wealth. But why do we want to have wealth? That's a pretty straightforward one, I think. I mean, having financial freedom really gives you options to live life how you want, how you desire, and on your terms, to work if you want to. And having wealth gives you a greater sense of security, because it's always better to have something and not need it than need it and not have it. And having wealth also gives you access to really amazing opportunities in life and allows you to live life on your terms, which without wealth you mightn't have those opportunities. So they're the 4 pillars: your health, mental and physical, your happiness, your relationships, and your wealth. And in all of these 4 areas, we'll be setting our goals for growth and really designing our best lives. So I want to talk to you a little bit about setting goals now. I want to ask you, when you're setting your long-term goals, do you base them on what you feel is realistic and on what the current version of you is capable of achieving? Because you really need to be setting long-term goals that the current version of you is not capable of achieving, and set your long-term goals much higher than actually what you want to achieve. Because think about it, if it takes a particular version of you to achieve your original goals, then it's going to take a much better version of you to achieve the much new higher goals. So really aim higher, not necessarily to achieve those higher goals, but to become that better person along the journey, because really it's more valuable who you become when you achieve your goals as opposed to what you attain by achieving your goals. And often the problem in life is not that you set your goals too high and fail, but when you set your goals too low and you achieve them. So I always say things like set really high goals, like trying to make $1 million, not really for the sake of having $1 million, but for what it makes of you to achieve that. And when you achieve your goals, basically you're in essence becoming a better version of yourself. So always set goals that will make something really amazing out of you to achieve them. And it's important to think about who you want to become in your dream future. Because when you know how the future version of you is living on a daily basis, and what that version of you has as standards in their life and how they live their life, then you can use that as a filter to decide how you should start living your life on a daily basis today. Knowing who you want to be in your future decides for you and defines for you how you should be living your life and what you should be prioritizing today. So set your high goals in those few areas that would really add value to your life. And so really think about it. What are those few areas that would really add value to your life? And in order to achieve your amazing goals, you really must set yourself up for success in those two areas. And in just one moment, I'm going to be talking to you about how you can create a really effective strategy that both fills your days with the positive emotions that you really need to make it a new lifestyle, but that also direct you towards achieving your goals in the best way possible. So don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss what's coming up next.